What's going on, everyone? My name is Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode of Changing Channels. Since this is the pilot episode, bear with me here. We're still working out the kinks. But I'd be remiss, people, if I didn't talk about the newly released Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Daredevil season 1 is one of my favorite seasons of anything, period. Now, I say that with a little bit of an asterisk behind it because season 3 I've only seen once or maybe twice. I love that shit, but unfortunately, I hadn't watched it as much as season 1 or season 2, which Nope, season 2 is a shit stain on the legacy, and I'm sorry, I gotta be that guy. So, with that being said, Daredevil Born Again is essentially season 4, even though I guess for legal reasons they had to add a subtitle and change this or that. We'll get into it, people, because this season was like two different shows combined into one. And it did not work out mostly. Mostly. So let's break this down with characters, okay? I'm gonna start with the side characters. Talking about people like Cherry, the lawyer lady, the cop lady, the assistant district, I don't fucking know. There's too many side characters in this series already. So I'm hoping we kill a bunch of them off in season 2. I can't keep up. They want you to care about all these characters they establish with 5 minutes of screen time. And it's like, I don't know your name. I'm not invested in you. I didn't show up for you. I'm here for fucking Daredevil, Fisk, Karen, Foggy, Punisher. Like, I fucking Bullseye. I needed a season 4 and you still ended up giving me a soft reboot. So yeah, there's a shitload of side characters. Let's talk about a couple that I could name. BB. She is Ben Urich's niece. If you saw season 1, you may know Fisk killed Ben Urich in that season. It's fucking brutal. He was one of my highlights of that entire show. BB, the modern day hip version. You know, she doesn't write in a newspaper, she does a video vlog or some shit. My advice for this character, either upgrade her or get rid of her completely in season 2. She has potential, but she needs material, most of which we did not have. Michael Gandolfini's character, shit. Honestly, I'm just gonna call him Michael Gandolfini. Okay, this guy's looking more and more like his goddamn dad. It is striking. We knew he'd be a big character with his like cult-like intro, like the way he's infatuated with Wilson Fisk. Yeah, we knew he wasn't going anywhere. Foggy from the previous seasons. Spoiler alert. Rest in peace, King. Rest in peace. They do his ass dirty, people. He gets 2 minutes at most, and then he gets wiped the fuck out. Maybe he comes back down the line. You know, this is a Marvel show, so we get it. But as of right now, not working. Bullseye, aka Poindexter. This character doesn't get a lot of screen time either, which, to be honest with you, I didn't really anticipate them following up on what they set up in season 3. I gotta be real. I just didn't. So the fact that we got him at all, I was happy with. He shows up in like, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe like half of the season, but very small parts. He's in prison for most of it, so he doesn't get a lot to do. But, for example, we see that he was set up by Vanessa, who we're about to get into in just a few moments. She manipulates him to killing Foggy, which sets off this huge chain of events. It's convoluted. Overall, I'd say this is a good interpretation of the character, and he's definitely coming back. Let's see, Tony Dalton's character, I could not remember his name. He shows up like 2 or 3 times. Once again, nothing really to report about his character except, well, there's one big thing. He is a masked vigilante known as the Swordsman. So I hope they fucking follow up on this at some point. Up next, we have the father from the Marvels. I forgot this character's name. I'm sorry. He's still adorable and, just kind of clueless at times, but he's very sweet. Him and Matt have a nice little rapport. Let's see who's next. Heather, the love interest of the season for Matt Murdock. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what they had set up for her in the original plan for this series. For the most part, she played the love interest of Matt, but there's another special thing about her character, at least story-wise. She is a bit of a middleman between Matt, or specifically Daredevil, and his arch nemesis. She is the therapist for Wilson Fisk, Vanessa Fisk, and the much hyped secondary villain of the season known as Muse. He's up next, but let's finish with Heather first. This relationship kind of just happens really fast. They're already saying they love each other. She's like moving in essentially. I don't really need it. Where they set her up in the end, though, I am intrigued. I stated that she didn't have much to do, but by the end, she gets a personal promotion from Wilson Fisk. So, I mean, she is in his inner circle now, and her and Matt are at odds. I don't even believe they're a couple at this point, so it's real choppy, and that's an issue. Up next, Muse. Okay, I mentioned that he was very much hyped. If you saw the trailer, he was kind of all over it, looking scary as all hell. The costume is doing a lot of work for this character. He looks insane, he looks creepy, but he kind of just gets dealt with, and then that's that. He is likely a victim of the reshoots. Now, they probably had more planned for him as well, but it seemed like wasted potential. White Tiger character, I'm forgetting the actor's name who since passed, but you might know him as the voice of Raul Menendez from like the Black Ops series, Call of Duty. This character has a niece that is seemingly taking over his mantle in the next season as the White Tiger. I'm not really going to go into depth about his character because unfortunately he passed, I believe, while they were making it. So, of course that's complications. The niece is not really pulling me in just yet. She's young, so she's gonna be a little dumb, but she kind of just walks into a murder pit and just expects to walk out just fine. I found that really challenging. It's like, I think I'm having an issue with the way they're writing the women characters this season, which is weird because normally we have stronger females. I mean, have Karen, for example, who's almost completely absent in this season. She pops up in episode 1 and then the finale. That's it. Yes, people, let's talk about Karen. Easily one of the best characters of the OG series, right? I mean, she's arguably my favorite. I ain't gonna lie to you. She is one of the coolest characters in this entire franchise. And she's just absent. Like, whoever was making this show, the writers specifically, I don't think they were fans of the original series because they're doing their best to just completely make it new, which I understand you want to do for the modern audience. But for returning viewers like you and me, for example, I'm gonna need more. Frank Castle, also known as the Punisher, I think he shows up in 2 episodes as well. He's great, okay? Yeah, they utilize him just enough for it to not be a problem. Of course, he's got to do the, whenever he's fighting. This is good shit. Yeah, no, homie is so cool that he's got fanboys now, which I hope we can get into at some point, but there's an anti-vigilante task force. They just worship Frank and his brutality. I love that he gets to confront them at one point and he's just talking so much shit and they're just like, that's their hero, essentially. He's just like, you pussies, you fucking pussies. It's just, we need more Frank. Up next, we're going to talk about Vanessa Fisk, who, this is her most ruthless season. Probably the most engaging, in my opinion. Yeah, no, they gave her a lot to do. I assumed when Fisk went to jail at the end of season 3 that, that was it. I didn't think we'd see her again in the new upcoming series. I'm glad they brought her back because they added a lot of depth to her. Not only did she take over the business while he was gone, but she also had another lover, which factors into another entirely different plot line that we're not even going to talk about really at all. Big props. I'm excited to see where she goes next. Queen Pin? All right, I'm in. And while we're at it, let's talk about her husband, the other side of the Daredevil coin. The entire series would not be, it would just be worthless without this character. This is probably my second favorite interpretation of the character outside of season one, but that's a personal thing. Being mayor opens a whole new plot line for this character. This opens up so much because now not only can he be kingpin at night, during the day in front of the city, he's the mayor who's leading them in the right direction. He's literally just taking charge of the entire city, and they're just falling for it. And last, we have the titular character, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, you might know him as. This is the best incarnation of this character, without a doubt for me. No, people, if I never get to see Daredevil on screen again, I'm cool. You know why? Because this is dope. My favorite episode doesn't even involve him being in the Daredevil suit. Okay, I was a huge fan of the bank episode and the finale, of course, because that is a whole new thing. At one point, he's cornered by these two people and they're getting ready to kill him. He literally has no choice, people, because they know what he can do, and it's like, well, it's either you or me, pal, and it ain't gonna be me. Yes, people, this version kills. This is like Batfleck in Batman versus Superman. Okay, this is not your dad's Daredevil. I'm hella excited to see where we go in season 2 because season 1 was such a mixed bag. It still was a positive rating overall. If I had to rank all 4 seasons, I would go 1, 3, 4, 2. Okay, this is still a step above 2, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. There's just a little too much fat, maybe they'll trim it off in the next season, but yeah, no, it's coming next year, so hey, get ready for that. Who knows, maybe season 2 we'll be able to go through each and every episode, or at least more than one dedicated video. So hey, if that's your thing, hit subscribe. I think that's about it. Let's get to the rating. As of right now, I'm gonna go with a rating of a high. Stream it. For those of you who aren't familiar with my rating system, there's 5 different options. At the very bottom, you have fuck this. Next, you have waste the damn time. Third place, you have stream it. Fourth, you have add it to the collection. And fifth place, you have new religion, which is the ultimate rating. That means I'm putting it on a shrine and I'm praising it, all that. I wish I could put this season on that proverbial shrine, but unfortunately, I just can't. That's just the way it is. So with that being said, people, I think I'm all done here. My name's Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94, and I'm signing out, y'all. Deuces! Hey, it's me again, the guy from the thing you just watched. Feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on your stream, currently speaking. You can't go wrong with either or. Thank you so much. This time, it's for real. Deuces.